and 99.5 FM. It is Friday, the 29th day of April, the year 2022, and of course we come here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 19 hours 20 on frequencies 99.1 and 99.5 FM, and of course via our social media pages. This evening, Mr. Lall is in studio with us. Of course, members of the panel includes Ms. Harris and Mr. Bernard. And this evening, as always, we tell it as it is. Mr. Lall will make his presentation, after which we'll open the floors for your calls and your messages. Those numbers are 226-745-324, 622-2222, or 624-6456. Let's remind you, if you don't have credit in your phone, not to worry, you can call us on WhatsApp. Those WhatsApp numbers again, 622-2222 or 624-6456. With that said, sir, namaste to you. Please, yes.
Never mind Bernard skulk. Bernard skulk on you.
I don't know who that is.
Josh, yes. Last night I listened to the radio. I listened to 4 journalists in this country, and I was so happy, you know. Kiana Wilberg, our in-house journalist, was the moderator on the program, in which they discussed and talked about a few things, including the oil sector. Having listened to it, I felt very proud, and I encouraged them to continue the radio programs, so that you guys can hear different views on this oil sector from different people. And it's good when journalists can sit down, you know, and have this discussion in the open. It helps us all to understand where we are heading in this $1 trillion business. Guys, I hope you tune in to them on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time, 7:20 p.m. It's just an hour, and I'm pretty much certain the way I enjoyed it, you will too. So, having said that, I want to begin tonight's program by telling you guys the cheapest and most important thing to human beings the leaders of this land failed to address 30 years now. Progress in a country depends on it. But our leaders spending more than what is needed on a single bush road and a few bridges, rather than eradicating the misery the nation faces daily. Ms. Harris, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I am talking about blackouts. I am talking about power generation, electricity. What a Guyana we live in. Tonight's topic, Uncle and Auntie, it's not difficult, and I'm expecting your input. Nothing complicated that you don't know of. So please, I will be expecting all the phone lines, 622-2222, 624-6456, or 226-7453, 226-7454. Call us, I need to hear from you. I have been exposing, warning, telling you people, guarding you guys against many things weekly on these programs, what the politicians has been doing to this country for the last 30 years. Listen this, Ms. Harris. Our Vice President went to Berbice 2 days ago, held 3 meetings in different areas, and tell the audience how there are people like Lall who's saying Guyana got so much oil money that Guyanese should not work. He identified me as Tic Tac Glenn. He said, y'all ever listen to him? He does sound nice, real nice too, But if we follow him, all Guyana will eat today, and the rest of the future generations will starve tomorrow. Those were his words. You hear me, Miss Harris?
Wow.
Yes, that's what he told the people then. If they follow Glenn Lall, yes, future generations will starve if they only eat today. He did not address one of the several thousands of questions I have asked on this radio program over a year and a half now. You know, Miss Harris, one would have thought that he would have responded to at least something that I keep saying on these programs, but he didn't. Especially the oil that he was put in charge of. He didn't say nothing about that. Uncle, tonight's program, I will touch on what he and the other leaders are doing so that you can decide if Glenn Lall only sounding nice, as he said, or if I am factual. I did not say namaste, so let me say namaste to all you wonderful people. And here we go. Many countries and their citizens bleeding through their noses with their oil and gas industry are tired naming them. Trinidad, your next door neighbor, if the government didn't change, Trinidad would have been fetching what them big men does fetch between their foot for the next 100 years. Yes, the energy minister of that country tie up a deal for their gas plant in which Japan and one private company would have been piggybacking on Trinidad until the 12th of never come. Yes, Japan and the private company was investing the money on the plant with 80%, and the minister tied down Trinidad and Tobago with 20%. Yes, with all the responsibilities and liabilities of those two people investments. He signed on that deal to take on that responsibility for the people's investment. In short, uncle, the project would have made money only for the Japanese company and the private investor, not the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Had the new government gone in time and reversed that insane skullduggery set up by that minister, God would have had to help Trinidad by now. I just want you to keep that story in mind and don't sleep away on me, because I'll be telling you some nice things you want to hear tonight. Some corrupt leaders all over the world do everything possible just to enrich themselves without any regards whatsoever for the citizens of their country. Guyana you're living in? Yes, got some of them too. Yeah, right here. In government too. When a resident, uncle, can stand up at a bottom house meeting and praise a minister for a road, it tells you how they think. The way how the man praised the minister, Miss Harris, you would have believed the minister being in the bank and draw out all of his family savings and build a road for the people. Wow. Yes. The poor fella didn't know that it's not a favor they're doing when they build a road, when they build a school, hospital or anything. It's we own money they're spending. So you don't have to thank them for doing what they were elected to do, what they're being paid to do, uncle and auntie, with your own money. No, you don't have to praise them for that. You praise them if they spend their own personal money to do something personally for you. Not to build a road, man. Come on. Don't do that. Don't carry yourself down that low and big them up so much. They does not deserve that. Okay? 3/4 of Guyana living in blackouts on a daily basis. Should we thank them to correct this? Should we bow down at their feet to eradicate blackouts? Not at all. You elect them to solve the issues that is affecting the country and its people, man. Yes. Have both governments been doing that for the last 30 years, may I ask?
Hell no.
It's not gonna solve.
The most important thing on earth today, other than clean drinking water, is something called electricity. And if you know of anything more important than that, the telephone calls would be vacant for you to call. Without electricity, this world will go away. Yes, way back in time, moving at a snail's pace. Electricity, uncle, is what have this world spinning. Electricity makes, gives, and does everything for mankind today. 1 billion people on earth does not have access to it, and 2 billion is living with limited access to it. Electricity is almost like breathing air. When it stops, then everything stops. It's like you're living in a coma, a constant state of midnight without even a candle. Yet, 75% of Guyanese population, 3 out of every 4 are living with blackouts daily. Am I still sounding nice? Like what Mr. Jagdeo said about me? Or I am being factual, Miss Harris?
I had 4 hours blackout just last night.
Huh?
4 hours.
Some of you remember back in the days when you had to light lamp and flambeau as soon as darkness step in. It still goes on today in several parts of this country. And of course, in the populated areas like the cities, when power goes out, I don't have to explain the agony of blackouts to you people, man. No, I don't have to.
We know them all too well.
I don't think so.
Live here.
You live here, we feel it, we see it, we smell it, we taste it. This morning before I leave my house, 4 hours blackout.
Yes.
Electricity, uncle, like I said, is the most important thing in a country. More so in a developing country. A country in which every day your leaders are talking about building infrastructure and opening industries to supply the world market. Jagdeo got to say that Lall song nice, eh? But he ain't said that I am factual. Yes. Electricity should be the #1 priority of every government on earth, Bernard.
Definitely.
Without electricity today, you cannot educate your nation, my friends. You cannot use TV, phones, computers, internet, or any modern devices in which you can educate yourselves to keep abreast to what's going on in the world today. Electricity, uncle, is king of kings in the world we live in today, man. Electricity powers the manufacturing sectors across this globe that have this world spinning, that brings about competition and real money. Yes, real money and competition can only come with generation, power generation, electricity. These fools we have that preaching every day about competing with the world, Miss Harris, seems not to understand that. You want to try run a machine without electricity? You want to go into a restaurant without electric lights? You want to do anything without lights? You want to construct a home and move in without lights? You know of any business in Guyana without a generator, uncle? You know of any home that can afford a generator and doesn't have one? I don't know of any. You know of any home that can afford solar and doesn't have it?
No.
Wow. Guyana has been this way for the last 30 years, man. Let me repeat this thing, man. Guyana has been this way for the last 30 years. With these clowns, I should add a word in front. These corrupt clowns we have. Yes. That's where we are. We were, and that's where we are. You know why, Mr. Bernard? It is because of these third world leaders you have who does not understand their country's priorities.
Electoral mentality.
Yes, but they understand their personal priorities and that of their families. Every day you can hear them telling you to compete with the world, set up manufacturing capacity and capability to compete with the outside world. With what? With blackouts? And that high cost we are paying for electricity? Mr. Ali just last week talking about this factory that he wants the people to set up to fabricate and to fix yachts that's roaming the Caribbeans. What they gonna compete with, Mr. Ali? With blackouts every day? You know, a man tell me his birthday was a few days ago, and he called the cake person that makes the cake, and she said, "Sir, I would love to make the cake for you. I'd love to make a few dollars on you, but the blackouts we're getting, I can't take on that job." Isn't this sad, Miss Harris?
Very.
This is the fastest growing economy on earth. We're 30 years without electricity in people's home. Man, if I was a leader, I'd go across the Demerara Harbor Bridge and plunge over. Yes. This is these clowns who call themselves wise men and women. Yes. Make their priority for Guyana and telling you, you must be able to compete with the manufacturing sector.
Wow.
A few days ago, Russia spiked the population of 44 million people in Poland and Bulgaria by cutting off the gas supply to both countries. Russia is also supplying Germany and other parts of Europe with gas. Hear what the European head said yesterday. What Russia has done to those two countries has fast-tracked the phasing out of gas electric to much greener electric supply, meaning solar, water and wind power generation. Because Russia can cut off their gas supply too. Hear that? Yeah, man. Yes. These are thinkers for leaders we're dealing with. They are calculating the risk from everywhere and preparing already on how to be in the best position, not to be harmed by Russia, but to be ready as best as they can. If Russia decides to cut their gas supply too. You think they want to wake up without heat in their homes, or their manufacturing sector is down because of Putin? No, man, no. These people are setting their priorities right, and the number one priority is power generation. You think Europe can wake up without a light in people's home?
Exactly.
Huh? It has never happened, right?
Nope.
It has never happened. And it will never happen because these people are thinking ahead. Where are we leaders thinking?
Oh, their pockets.
No, they're thinking for borrow $190 million for build a Bush Road rather than take care of the General Electric that can lead Guyanese to compete in the world and eradicate the misery the people living in with blackouts. Without electricity, uncle, cat eat your dinner not in the daylight, but in the dark. Especially if you like to take dinner in the night. You want to try moving in a house without GPL, Miss Harris? You know what you'll go through when blackout kicks in at your home? You basically cannot do anything. Nothing whatsoever. Your children can't study, can't sleep proper, fan not working, AC not working. Your windows and doors got to be shut tight. Am I still sounding nice?
All of it.
Or real nice, according to Jagdeo? Yes.
Be honest.
Yes. Most of you will remember under Jagdeo presidency how this country was never out of blackout and GPL always losing money. The money being pumped into GPL for stable electricity in this country could have given that 1 billion people around the world without electric, could have given them lights in their homes. And by now, none one of us in this country would have ever had electricity problems. We would have never. But you know what? That is the kind of money these people swindle year after year over those years through the treasury, using GPL, all in the name of taking care of blackouts. You hear that? You hear that, Bernard?
Yes.
All in the name of taking care of blackouts. Where are we today? The coalition went in, blackout stopped, and GPL was running and making money. As soon as the PPP come back, the nightmare returns, and GPL gone back being a milking cow. Am I sounding nice? Huh? Really nice?
Real nice.
Yes, those are Jagdeo words. You should answer these things. Every year, Auntie, the amount of tax dollars being spent by government through the budget, a new generation plant could have been built, supplying the entire Caribbean with enough non-stop electricity 20 years now. Instead, they're pumping money, giving you more and more nightmares as the years go by. What I'm about to explain here now, please, I want you guys to listen carefully. They are not only milking cow. Yes, milking cow. They're not going to milk the cow through GPL for themselves. With these projects they're about to initiate, but they will end up stealing every cent for generations to come out of your treasury for these projects that I'm about to talk about. Please listen to me carefully. Let me show you how the best interest of the people of this country are not being looked at. They're not being taken serious as number one priority. Jagdeo announced, Ms. Harris, at a Bottom House meeting 2 days ago, yes, that the government will spend 32 billion on flooding.
Wow.
You hear what I said there, Bernard?
A lot of money.
2 days ago, he announced the government spending 32 billion on flooding, not on fixing
Electricity.
the lifetime soul Guyana is living with coal electricity. That is not important to him. His priority is on digging a few trenches here and there, cleaning some canals and gutters in which $32 billion will vanish in thin air, leading into the Atlantic Ocean through the trenches Jagdeo will be digging. 32 billion, Bernard, is 160 million American dollars. Uncle, 160 million American dollars can give every home in all 3 counties electricity and dump GPL with Jagdeo and some of the leaders inside. Yes. That is what 160 million American dollars can do. 160 American dollars can give us 160 megawatt of power generation without ever going back into blackouts. And that is what all Guyana needs at present. Yes. That's what we're using right now. 160 megawatt. But that $160 million, they will never spend it to stop the nightmare, the blackouts. No. They want you to continue living in the dark ages, stuck in stagnation, never moving forward. Yes, in misery. That 160 million American dollars must have already disappeared from the treasury by the time he spoke at the Bottom House meeting. I am telling you this, just look at it. Yeah. There is no doubt, Uncle, that flooding hits us now and again in different parts of our country. But since when this type of flooding, yes, takes priority over a country's electricity sector? Huh? Can somebody answer me that? Hope I sound you nice, Mr. Jagdeo. I hope I sound you nice. And real nice, like you said. Let me go to another one. 190 million US dollar. They are taking as loans from overseas banks to build the Mabura Road, Linden to Letem. That money, Uncle, is more than the 160 million I just talked about. This 190 can add little more electricity than what Guyana needs to facilitate the new manufacturing sector to compete with the world. And again, end the misery you're living in called blackouts. I wonder if President Ali or Barra Jagdeo house got generator inside. What do you think, Miss Harris?
We know that for a fact.
Oh, the misery you are living in.
That's why they don't know.
The bush road in the interior. That's what they're building for a couple people. It's priority for Jagdeo government not to eradicate blackouts in this country. I only hope with telephone call, the telephones will be ringing, you know. You hear that? The bush road is more important than to eradicate blackouts in this country. You know why this? You know why this is number one priority for them, Ms. Harris? Because you can't milk, yes, the cow anymore. You can't milk GPL no more. By keeping us where we are, with blackouts every hour, it gives them the opportunity to announce this project and that project, all with one thing in mind, fattening their pockets or that of their friends and families with all these projects. Am I still sounding nice, Mr. Jagdeo? Or as you said, if the people listen to Glenn Lall, future generations will punish. Which one? Which one is correct? Am I nice or future generation will punish?
We're punishing already.
Yes, the punishing part were additional words to the people at the Bottom House meeting in Borbies. And he told them how they have to use the oil money to ensure that future generations benefit. You're sure right they will benefit. They will benefit the nightmares the Guyanese people living in now and forever, Mr. Jagdeo, with your sneaky, secretive and conniving plans to keep pushing these electricity projects onto Guyana, all in the name of ending blackouts, without any clear proof that these projects will not wipe out, without any clear proof that these projects will not wipe out Guyana Treasury. Wow. Remember, I said keep Trinidad gas plant in mind. I will now explain how Guyana is heading into a much larger trap. Yes. And Jagdeo is putting us in that trap, all in the name of ending electricity misery we are living in. Yes. And President Ali is not saying anything. Yes. Jagdeo is tagging along Ashni Singh and Brasington too with him. You guys remember the Amelia Falls project? They are going to build that to supply 165 megawatt to the grid. Yes. That project will be fulfilling a Chinese man company. Yes. Filling the pockets of a Chinese man company. What I say, going to build it and own it. And after 20 years, they're going to throw the junk back at us. With all the responsibility and risks being thrown on the Guyanese people. Me and you.
Yep.
You guys remember Winston Brasington at the energy conference in which he glided over the risk Guyana is taking on this project. Yes, if an earthquake, or a tremor, Miss Harris, happens and the hydrofalls cave in, Guyana has to pay the Chinese people all the money them said they spend to construct it.
Yep.
Yes. Whether we use the electricity or not, Guyana has to pay for it for the next 20 years. You hear me? Like I said, solar, wind, and water is the cheapest source of electricity in the world today. Jagdeo and Brassington binding Guyana with a Chinese company, yes, taking all the risk and still fattening the people for 20 years on this project. A sounding nice? A sounding nice, Miss Harris? Yes, 20 years. Let's move on. The gas to shore project they want to put at Wales is another project that will supply Guyana with electricity. A bigger scam in the making for the politicians. Again, all in the name of ending the misery of blackouts. This one will generate electricity using gas that will be supplied by ExxonMobil. This project will cost Guyana not in the hundreds of millions in US dollars, but in the billions, yes, in the billions of US dollars to end the misery, blackout.
Yes, it started in misery.
You hear that? Yes, you put it nicely there. This is the beginning of a new misery for this nation. Like I said before, you don't need billions to eradicate blackout, uncle. You just need about 300 million to end the misery. But here on this project, Jagdeo is going to indebt this country through the banks and ExxonMobil with billions of US dollars, all in the name of eradicating blackouts. Yes. When he was asked about the feasibility study on this project, he told the nation it's a no-brainer. He means, uncle, you don't have to do any study to know the project will make money. He don't know the project will make money. He knows this project will make money without knowing the full cost of the project and the cost for the gas from ExxonMobil. How do you like that one? Huh? You take money from your family plus going to the bank to borrow on a project that you don't even know the price you'll be paying for the item plus the project cost, man, and you don't know you're gonna make money. Eh? You don't know the cost of a project. You don't know the price you'll be paying for the item to make money, but you know you're going to make money.
Wow.
This is not backward.
That's voodoo math.
This is not even voodoo maths. This is a clown. This is a clown who taking a whole country to the gallows.
Selling dreams.
This is not dream. You're going to the gallows. You're going to the gallows to be hanged. How on earth you're going to do a project, man? You don't know the full cost of the project. You don't know the cost you'll be paying for the items that you will be selling. Eh? But you don't know you'll be making money.
Making money.
Huh? You know, see, you're carrying people to the gallows? This is how Jagdeo and Ali them running this country with an opposition in place. Aubrey Compton Norton in place now. Am I still sounding nice? Is this real what I'm saying? You know, I myself asked this question many times, you know. If this thing is for real, what Glenn Lall is be saying? Has any project Jagdeo them put on ever been successful in this country, man? I'm just asking. The phone is open. You can name me one Call the phone. What I do know, every project them do is putting Guyana in more debts to be paid with fat interest on it. And this gas to shore project will be the final nail in the coffin. I just tell you guys a little piece of the story. More to come. Don't sleep on me tonight. It's a real story and very factual what I'm saying here tonight, Uncle. This Wales project has been the talk of the world. The entire international community is still warning Guyana about the danger we are heading into. It seems as if they are throwing water on ducks back. It's not water on duck back. Don't think so, Miss Harris. It's not water on duck back. These people got their own aim. Jagdeo and Brasington with Ashley Singh them got them own aim.
Their own plan.
Like what happened in Trinidad exactly is going to happen here. Jagdeo just a few days ago announced through a statement how the government is looking for a strategic investor in this Wales project. Bernard, you didn't hear what I said there. Jagdeo just announced that they are looking for a strategic investor in the Wales project.
Are you applying?
You know what I mean?
Are you applying yet?
Me apply with that?
Nudge, nudge.
Huh?
Very quick nudge.
Man, you think I want to sin my soul with these people? Huh?
You think Sue applying?
You think I want to sin my soul? It's only criminals and gangsters get involved with these people.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Those are the ones in the circle.
Wow.
Doing which
Wow. You know what I mean, Uncle? Another PPP scam in the making, in which this project would benefit the private individual, and Guyana will be saddled with all the risks, liabilities and responsibilities for the lifetime of that project. Let's wait and see if they will announce who will be this strategic investor and what are the terms and conditions they will be locking Guyana onto in the name of eradicating blackouts. Let's wait and see. So you have GPL supplying 160 megawatt that the country now uses. Amelia Falls, the Chinese people, will supply 165, which we will have to pay for, use or no use. This gas to shore project at Wales will produce, according to them, another 300 megawatt to cater, according to them again, for new developments in Guyana and also end the blackouts. Trinidad all over again in Guyana with these honest leaders. Wait, man, Miss Harris, am I still sounding nice?
Beautiful.
Huh?
Beautiful.
Well, let's move on. Let's move on. The government again announced 2 weeks ago they're looking for someone, yes, to supply 50 megawatt to the grid. You hear that? That someone might be Lall. What you say, Uncle? Or Jagdeo Lall? I don't know which Lall it will be, but it will be a Lall. All in the name of fixing the blackout problems, the eyesore we live with. Wow. Government can take any one of their money Any one of the money I talk about, yes, they're borrowing and done electricity problems tomorrow morning. Uncle, all the money I talk about, government can take one and done blackouts tomorrow morning, instantly, overnight. These honest people are not doing that though. They are setting the stage to fatten, according to them, a Chinese company, a strategic investor in the gas to shore. And now they're going to look for another private man to supply 50 megawatt to GPL. Am I still sounding nice? Am I clear, Ms. Harris?
Very, very.
Huh? You see where their priorities lies, uncle and auntie? In private people hands and pockets, all in the name of investments, developments, and progress. Yes. When you ask them, everything is progress and development, you know. GPL, 165 megawatt. Amelia Falls, 165 megawatt. Gas to Shore project, 300 megawatt. Plus another 50 megawatt. Is where they're pushing all this power, may I ask? Huh? Locking down this country on a long-term contract with private people in the billions of US dollars. You hear me? When this country, uncle, can use that Bush Road 190 million and done blackout. And if them add the 160 million Jagdo announced in Borbies to help the flooding, it will meet the demands of the developing manufacturing sector they are talking about. And it can still reduce light bill to half. You understand what I said there? The 190 Bush Road plus the 160 announced can meet the requirements of the manufacturing sector and end blackout plus cut light bill in half. Just a too little bit money.
Exactly.
But they're not going to do that.
Nope.
They don't want to do that.
We can't milk that cow.
Yeah, they got to keep GPL where it is so that they can set up their, and make their strategic move with these projects to milk Guyana. Not only GPL, but all in the name of eradicating blackouts. What a Guyana you live in. You see why they don't want to hold press conferences? You see why you will never get them on this radio station? They have been con artists all their lives, selling you white elephants, all in the name of progress, selling you hopes and dreams in front of your face, and as soon as your back turned, they make off with everything in your treasury like bandits in the night. Yes. Laughing and giggling and making fun off of you people by saying, you hear, I tell them that they're going to buy that. Yeah, man. And we're gone with the money.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. A song you nice?
Before you could
A song you nice? Yeah, man. Thank you. Believe me, uncle, what I've seen for the last 28 years in this country, I am putting my neck on a block when these chaps done with Guyana. With these schemes, dress up like development projects. Yes, you will hold your head and bawl just like how these Asians and African peoples living today. Barbados to get 178 megawatt, not 160 or 165 Guyana need. 178 megawatt for 100 million US. You hear the 100 millions these people have spent on projects all over the place, but electricity is not their priority.
You still can't get current, not even power. Sorry.
Did I mention, Miss Harris, we have to borrow money? Huh?
To do everything.
Guyana losing. Hear this one, man. Guyana have to borrow money to do everything, okay? and Guyana losing over 40 million US dollar a month on those 30 supply boats that's supplying them rigs and ships out there. You know that's how much money I'm talking about? 480 million US a year. Those boats been working there almost 4 years. Multiply 480 by 4. You move into billions of American dollars, uncle. At Granger. And now Jagdale looked at that inflated cost this country is paying. We could have given the whole world electricity with that money free. Yeah, man. We don't need Amelia Falls Hydro from the Chinese. We don't need gas to show at Wales. We don't need the middleman that will give 50 megawatt to GPL. We don't even need GPL. We would have done flying some electricity exports. Yes, and you would have get electricity inside your toilet, what outside your house too. Yes. You would have get electricity in them cane field to see if a cut cane in the night or in the rice field. That's the kind of money we throwing away in this country and living in misery with blackouts. Am I still sounding nice, Mr. Jagdale? This is how the country and its people can and will benefit from their resources, especially the oil money, Mr. Jagdale and Mr. Norton. Let me end by saying this. Had Guyana used that 700 million US dollar from the oil we get so far, from 2019 to 2021, then no one should have been paying light bill in this country. But that is not priority for Jagdale and the leaders of this land. They throw all the money in the 2022 budget, and this is how they're doing, this is how they're doling it out to fix flooding, to renovate brand new hospitals, to renovate schools and health centers, clear river mouths, patch roads, build airports for donkeys and cow. Year go, year come. And continue to throw billions all over the place, but not on the misery you are living with every day. Blackouts. No. That $700 million could have eliminated blackouts and cut electricity by half for this country. But that's not important to them. That's not their priority. Electric power generation to compete with the world, to develop Guyana, is not priority for these people. Should I end there, man? Huh? Take the telephone calls, please. Skeldon plant, we lose $200 million, in which we pay interest on. That white elephant. Yeah, man. The airport, the new airport, another 200 million will be spent. And you didn't got a proper toilet for you to use. Oh, man. Y'all help me, please. Please. Both monies could eradicate blackouts in this country throughout the length and breadth of Guyana. We would have never had electric problem anymore. God. Oh, you help me with priorities in this land, man. Jagdale and Norton is a priority. Living with eyesores. Year go, year come. What happened to the phone? 624-6456. Tell Jagdale to call or tell him to use people to text in. Bernard, it is so sad. 2021 budget, 2-point-something billion dollar. 2-point-something billion. They don't even use 2-point-something 100 million to fix the generation issue of this country, to compete with the world. 2022 budget coming with nearly $3 billion, and they're not going to take out anything from that. A matter of fact, they take out the 700 million from the Lall money and throw them in there for huff it out.
To build what?
Man, I'm tired. I think I'm not going to come back. If you don't see me back on this program, I'm done with you. Every one of Guyana. It's too much, man. Do you know, Joshua,
Yes, sir.
do you know that back in under Jagdeo, this chap was renting generators for GPL? You want to hear the rent they used to pay? 720,000 American dollars a year for one generator, when they could have buy the generator for $900,000. Man, you believe what I'm saying?
Ponzi scheme.
Google it. Kaieteur News carried these stories before. 720,000 American dollar a year they're paying for one generator. They were renting copper, when the price for one of the generator is only $900,000. You know what they said? They said, well, when you rent them, you don't got no cost and you don't got no maintenance problem. The people who you're renting it from, dealing with that.
Who they rented it from? That's the question.
It's like you buy a brand new car, right? A brand new car, you're renting it for $720,000 a year, when you can buy it for $900,000, and telling and justifying it by saying, well, me drive the car, I got no maintenance costs. If anything go wrong, them will fix them. Brand new car. Generators don't go down in years. And if you gotta spend minor money on them. But these are the kind of excuses they would use to camouflage and to fool a nation, to tell you, well, we're doing this and we're doing that. These are sickening things were happening in this land for the last 28 years. And Jagdeo said Lall song in nice. Yes. It is sad, bro. I tried to find out today if they are still renting generators in this country, but I didn't get a telephone call. They said yes. Somebody tell me yes. But my God, oh no. Who are they renting it from?
That's the key question.
That's a secret. You don't ever hear who they're renting it from, or you don't get to know the deal behind the rental. This is the kind of sickening thing going on in this country, man.
Confidentiality clause.
The most important thing to human being, electricity, my friends. Electricity. And you not looking at that. You looking at spending more money on frivolous things and not addressing the most important thing like electricity. Man, not even water is more important than electricity. Because you can go, the river got water, trenches got water. Okay? And you may have to, if you live in the outer, anywhere in Guyana you get water.
Trucks electric water.
Right? But electricity, man, the most important thing on earth, you're not giving your people, then what kind of government you is, man? What kind of leaders you are? You guys don't have some shame? You don't have some shame? And then telling the people at Borbies that Lall sung him nice, real nice. But if we do that, if we eat today, future generations will not benefit. That's what you're telling people. Jagdeo, you got to do better than that. I have said it, and I'm going to say it again. You need to demit office. You need to go sit back in a rocking chair and rock yourself away. It is time you come out of there, man. You're unhealthy for this nation, bro. And everybody repeat what you saying all over. Listen to their words. Vikram Bharat, when he was confronted about the feasibility study for the gas ashore, tell my reporter just this week, we can't lose. And we ain't got time to talk about that now. This fool, a headmaster, must he never run a cake shop in his life? You know, I suddenly become a minister, making decisions on a $1 billion project.
Yeah.
I am saddened for you guys, man. I am saddened. Very saddened. I don't know what else to say sometimes. You get a phone calls? Wait, people gone to sleep this hour of the night? Oh. Joshua,
Yes.
I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to say good night. And God bless you guys. What do you say, Josh?
All right. Yes.
Because if you're not going to get these phone calls, I don't know if you people fall in a coma or if I sound too nice.
Well, let me just remind them of numbers. They can call us on 226-7453 and 226-7454. And of course, you can call us on WhatsApp on 622-2222 or 624-6456.
Or maybe the whole country has blackout and nobody can listen to me.
We have a caller here on the line. Caller, good evening and welcome. Oh, we lost that caller there.
Huh?
We lost the caller there. You can call us. Those numbers again, 226-7453, 226-7454, and 622-2222, 624-6456.
What happened to the comments there?
Caller, good evening and welcome.
Galasho?
Yes, you are live on the air.
Yeah, here, I really appreciate what Lall speak about. But Guyana have a problem. And what's the problem? You with me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we are. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, what's Guyana problem? Right? It's two things. We don't know what's the history. And the history goes, we don't have a language, is one. Two, we don't know ourselves as Guyanese by knowing what is. Hello?
We're listening to you.
You listening to me? Right, okay. Guyanese people don't know what is the meaning of coffee, freedom, and coffee dollar. When you know yourself as coffee, freedom, and coffee dollar, and at the time goes for Hindu, Muslim, and Christian, they know themselves as Guyanese. Why I could say we don't have a language? Because Bobby Shan and George, some people speak alike. When they go outside, they got to know we by the language. By the passport. You get me?
We hear you.
Yes. They got to know we by the passport. It's not like Trinidad and Barbados. Because we speak different through the three continents. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So, Guyanese, to be Guyanese, you see the thing lacking of knowing what is history. And the history only step up to six race and the forest. They are speaking about what is coffee, freedom, and coffee dollar.
I hear you loud and clear.
Because we think, and through that, Guyanese people, we in confusion. And Eldorado family know that. You get me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Eldorado people know that it's a family, you know, from since way back, they still exist because it's a royal family. And they know that that's why they're in the place now controlling everything. You get me?
I get you clear, bro.
Say, Galan makes me feel really proud as a Guyanese, because he's saying it like it is. And, you know, really showing me the light.
Mm-hmm.
He's really showing me the light, because, you know, we are in the food play. But then again, it's a... And the problem not only going with sixth race, is knowing yourself as Guyanese. What is the history of Guyanese? You get me?
Get you clear.
So, I want you to tell the lad, right? Let you take it easy, please. Because Guyana corrupt. When a country got the people who don't know the roots, the branch feeble. Get me?
My friend,
Yeah.
I have made it very simple for all Guyana to understand. I am saying that electricity generation that develop and progress countries, we have been living in misery without it.
But here now.
Wait, the man, wait, for the last 30 years.
Right, I was
That
about to
does
say
not
that.
seem to be a priority or number one priority for our leaders. Why?
It's just because why I say we know we root as Guyanese. You know what? If we really know certain history, the land where they get more people to protest.
Thank you.
We don't know that. And then at the time, as I said before, we don't have a language.
Thank you, brother.
Huh?
Thank you.
You get me?
I got you. Thank you.
Yeah, this is the confusing part. You see, when we could able to have the understanding.
Give somebody else.
Let's give someone else a chance.
Give somebody else a chance, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Because if
Yeah, we encourage you when you call us to please keep your contribution or question
and
short.
let's get direct to the issue.
To the point. We have another call on the line.
Take the call.
Caller, good evening and welcome. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening. This is the General Show.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, now. Good night. I would like to tell Mr. General. He's just wasting his breath with the Guyanese people. He's just wasting his breath with the Guyanese people.
I hear you,
That
my
is
friend.
why these people got in cane. They have no education. So he's announcing to them, it sounds like a joke to them. All you're seeing is the cane and cane field. You know?
All they're seeing is the kid.
Yeah, right now they're sleeping.
But what do we
Right now
do?
they're sleeping.
But what do we do as a
You're breaking
people?
up.
1 second. Now I have a question for you. I understand what you said there.
Yeah.
What do we do as a people who understand what is taking place? What do we do? Do we go and
We
sleep?
come together and educate these dons.
Well,
but
that-
these dons,
That is what I'm trying to do.
donkey to talk.
But isn't that what we are trying to do
You
here, man?
cannot, these people is brainwashed. From ages they already brainwashed. That is why they don't hold meetings in Parliament. They go to the bottom house, George. They got to know the election coming back again. Yeah, you're wasting time speaking to these donkeys.
No, man. No,
You speak
no,
to
no.
them like you're keeping awake. You know? Okay, then you have a good night.
Thank you.
And I pray for God. I'm heading the wrong way, all the way.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
226-7453, 226-7454,
You know, the gentleman is right
624-6456.
sometimes I feel like that,
True is a valid point. Because
You know,
when
sometimes I
speak
feel
to
like
them-
that. You feel like, where are we going with all these things, you know?
When you speak to some people sometimes and you look at the expression that they give you, it's like you're speaking to a corpse. They don't understand. It's like you're speaking a completely different language.
Yeah, but I can't find, some people say, Glenn, you're going down too small. I said, no, I have to break this down to make it simple so that the people can understand.
You know what? To me, sometimes it's not that they don't understand the issue. They don't understand their entitlement to what we're telling them they deserve.
Exactly.
A lot of Guyanese people don't believe that any of the wealth that is in this country belongs to them,
Yeah.
or they have a stake in it, that they're a stakeholder in it.
Yes.
and that the value is there for them to
Yeah,
claim.
they don't understand
They
that.
don't understand
Can I
that.
take this call 1 second?
Yeah, sure.
Good evening, you're live on the air.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
I just want to say it's a disgrace that we have so much oil and we're still getting blackout. That is all I want to say.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, go
It's
ahead.
true. You wanted to say
Well,
something?
no, the caller said it's a disgrace to know that we have so much oil and we still have blackout in the country.
Exactly.
Caller, it is much, much beyond that, my dear. The money we are spending on a daily basis on a few projects, I should say, can eradicate blackout. We don't need oil money to eradicate blackout. I want you guys to understand me clearly. We do not need a cent of the oil money to stop blackout. We don't need any oil money to give power generation in this country to help the manufacturing sector to be able to compete with the world. No, we don't need that. We have more than enough in the budget every year, but they are not spending nothing on eradicating blackouts and on the power generation. They are spending it elsewhere so that they can thief it out. If they spend it on end power generation blackouts, it means they can't thief there anymore. How much schools they're going to build? They can't build 50 million schools, but they can spend 50 million on continuously on GPL in the name of ending blackouts. This is how they thief your money. This is what I'm saying. We do not need oil money, buddy.
The same money spent on GPL, yeah. Glenn, in India, there's a solar park in India, and this is the largest solar park in the world, and they produce electricity at 3.2 US cents per kilowatt hour. It's solar.
Yeah. We need 200 million the US people had quoted us to set up the solar farm.
Yes,
that would produce what was it? 200 megawatts, I think?
Yes, 200 million produce 200 megawatts.
Yes.
Guyana uses less than 130 megawatts.
Problem
My friend,
solved.
When you drive in India, South India, I was there recently. When you drive in South India and you see these massive
Farms.
Solar
farms.
solar farms,
Yes.
In Pakistan
you know, I asked myself, where is Guyana? What are my leaders doing?
And you know what the people
Glenn,
said?
You know?
2 hours to generate all the electricity that we need.
For a
2
year.
hours.
For a year.
Yes.
For the year.
2 hours of Guyanese sunshine.
The head of Guyana, the head of the Guyana Energy Agency said that, Mr. Mayantra Sharma. But Guyana, the one, Bhadla Solar Park in India, is only 14,000 acres. But it produces 2,205 megawatts of electricity. And we need 2,000, we need 10% of that. 224 is more than enough for we. And produce at 3.2%
Brother, all we need is 200 megawatt.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
This is,
All we
Trust me, man. 3 Guyanese can put on that tomorrow
But
morning.
they wanna just 17 megawatts that Barbados. You get it? From the 100.
If you get 3 Guyanese, they can put down that tomorrow morning and end the blackout.
forever.
But you know what? They will not get rid of GPL because GPL is a milking cow for them.
Milking cow.
Yeah.
You understand? This is what they use all the time. You know, when they put you in that state of mind, blackout, and they announce money,
Yes.
you know? I tell you, man, a good friend told me that Ashley Singh announced $1 billion for GPL. And when he was asked about this $1 billion, the look Ashley Singh gave him, the man never asked back about the $1 billion.
Glenn,
Yes, I tell you guys this.
Yep.
And they just announced this money, is just announced.
We're shaking the money tree.
Yes.
Glenn, the other thing is healthcare and hospital. You notice the VP goes and said, oh, we can build specialty hospitals. Well, of course you're going to need hospitals. If the people don't have enough food to eat, what's going to happen to them? You're going to get sick.
Man, if you can't sleep in peace, if you can't study in peace, of what use hospital? Huh?
When you
Hold on, man. All these years, we got couple hospitals and we've been making do with what we have. Suddenly, you want hospitals in every village. You understand? And these clowns we have around this place, buy into these things. You know?
It's progressive.
If you only talk about that, the government put a spin to it and say, you know what, we want to build a hospital here. And you hear that? The Lall, the likes of the Lall and the Kaieteur don't want a hospital here. And these clowns would buy into these things.
Yeah, but if you pay the nurses so they won't go to England and the Bahamas and the
US,
and the
Canada.
USA, Canada, wherever, you're building all these hospitals. You have nurses put in them. You're not paying the nurses so they're going away to England, they're going away to
It's white
Africa.
elephants, these clowns building, bro.
Well, that's what Guyana going to become, a land of elephants. So we're not Africa.
We're already a land of white elephants.
Of course. The skeleton is number one, $200 million US dollar.
These foreigners, especially these white people, you hear me? Must be cracking up.
I know they
No,
crack
no,
up.
Glenn,
I know
Especially
they-
when I hear these programs
Exactly.
and listen to them.
Glenn,
Like, oh, a couple of them realize.
Glenn, please put the advertisement on the newspaper. Come to Guyana, see elephants. The land of elephants in not Africa and Indian was Guyana. But it's white elephants.
Come to Georgetown, the Georgetown
Oh
Safari.
my, oh my.
Somebody says here, a Bath settlement pensioner asked Mr. Jagdeo to raise his NIS pension. Jagdeo told them no, because the NIS run bankrupt. The person says Jagdeo is the one to be blamed for that because he take money from the NIS and pump it into the Berbice Bridge. Plus Clico Insurance Company
Under his watch.
under
My
his
friend-
stewardship.
Thank you. Let me add to that person there. That person understand what they're saying, but not fully. The bulk of the money that's spent to put together the Berbice Bridge came from NIS. Is he run NIS bankrupt? Make the people in this country can't get NIS. You know how much complaints we get on a daily basis
About
that
NIS.
NIS is not paying them?
Yes.
NIS is deliberately finding excuses, right? A month or 2 months. Oh, you're short 1 month or 2 months, and we can't give you.
That's
you know,
insane.
all types of excuses they find just not to pay the people. Them. It's not only just not to pay the people, it's that they do not have the money to pay the people. Them. You understand? Jagdev took all the money put in Berbice Bridge. Jagdev began paying the private investors. And the NIS money wasn't getting nothing. Oh my. Oh my. And everybody believed Jagdev is a god, you know. Yeah, man. But listen.
Yeah.
Like the gentleman to call and said, we have leaders, we have a nation, we are living in a nation who believe that the leaders is after Almighty God is them. Yeah.
And what cracks me up is when they refer to them as the rulers.
Yeah.
That says a lot about their mentality. If you could refer to somebody who's supposed to govern a land as your ruler, that tells me a lot about your mentality.
It's like remember I begin saying how the man praised the minister for a road. You'd believe the minister take all the
Yeah, but
savings.
this is the kind of mentality they've
You know, and
inculcated
building
in
road for
these
him.
people. They created this servile, poverty-stricken mentality where everything is hard. We're so poor. We're so beleaguered. Nothing is good. We can never achieve anything. That's the mentality that these people have created
But
in
Melina,
the psyche of Guyanese
I will go again.
people.
Guyanese people, they barely have enough food to eat. Right? Their brains are not developed that much, right? And they want to, some clown on the radio, not radio, in the newspapers, he said, don't give Guyanese no money, give them money for education. Well, if you don't have no damn food to eat, your brain is not functioning properly, how the hell you going to get the money education? When you're spending the money education, you could send a dumbass idiot. Excuse me, sorry about that. You could send a,
No,
no,
relax,
sorry,
you
sorry.
gotta
You can send the dumb people to Harvard and Yale University. How the hell are they going to get educated? Give the people food first.
Yep.
Feed the people, feed the children, so they have their brains developed properly, so they can, then you can give the education. Guyanese people are suffering, they don't have enough to eat. You
Yep.
can't tell me you're going to give education first. Feed the people first, then you get education, then
Exactly.
you build infrastructure, and then you can think, but the people needs food. Guyanese people are suffering.
Somebody said today, after they announced that they were going to drop the VAT on cement, the person said, cement? We just eat cement? And I was like, that just perfectly summarizes everything.
1 liter of cooking oil I
A
bought.
set of clowns you have running this country.
But you see who's
One liter-
benefiting. You see
1
who's
liter,
benefiting.
Melina, when last meet at the store, 1 liter of cooking oil I bought for $850 the other day.
Yeah.
It used to be $340. I spent $850 for 1 liter of cooking oil.
Exactly. But it's true. Look at that scenario with the cement. Obviously, it's people who are in construction, people who have money to build a home that are going to benefit from that.
No,
The
the,
majority
no, no,
of
the
Guyanese people aren't
contractors,
gonna
the
benefit from
contractors who
that.
are getting the contracts are benefit of that, Melina.
Okay, that's what I'm
That is
saying.
not designed to benefit the homeowners.
Nobody,
That is designed to
nobody.
benefit the contractors.
Yep. So
My
we're going to
friend-
eat cement.
My friends, anything that will deprive the oil players money in their pocket, Jagdeo and the government will lean and bend over for.
Yep.
Construction is on the boom, maybe for all them hotels. What are going to build?
Exxon headquarters.
That's why they're removing the fat from it.
Exxon
But
headquarters.
food for me and you survive, they're not.
And the beautiful
You
little
know?
Guyanese boys and girls must.
I am. You want to close? You have anything to say? Because I want to take a knee.
That was it. We can't eat cement. Do something about that. Drop
can't-
VAT on food.
We can't eat roads, and hospital bill. We have enough hospital. Fix George Hospital, pay the nurse enough so they stay and not go away to Canada and England.
Precisely.
Fix the electricity problems of this country,
Yep.
which is very simple, cost nothing much,
Nope.
and Guyana is on the road for progress and development.
Exactly.
This nation do not have to go through the misery they go through on a daily basis with blackouts, Mr. Jagdeo. Stop throwing away 30 and 40 billion here and 40, 50 billion there and 190 million on road, on a bush road, and bridges in the interior, and 200 million on airport, and new airport in Borbies. Stop doing this thing, Mr. Ali. Fix the electricity of this country. It does not call for much. Less than $300 million can eradicate blackouts for generations to come. God bless you guys and have a great evening.
God bless.